Hiya, I'm Helen Terry, member of the Nia training faculty, and I'm here getting ready for our class tomorrow. Really excited. We've been focusing on a Nia routine called Enigma, something that I created over 25 years ago. And in fact, at the moment, we're on this sort of a series of going down memory lane. I'm pulling out routines that were created a long time ago. In summary, with Nia classes, there are three main categories. There are these fabulous Nia routines that are created by Nia headquarters and provided on Nia TV, which is an amazing resource. Then there is adapted routines, and that's where we take those established original routines and look at how we can adapt, and that can be adapting to a special population, but also it can be adapting to new music. And this is how can I keep the integrity of the original routine and those amazing moves, and how can I take that into being intimately in relationship with the new music, something I love to do. And then there's a third category, and we call that category creating. And that's where a more advanced teacher, I always say, you make sure you have at least 4, if not many, Nia routines under your belt before you consider adapting. And then once you've got some experience adapting, you really are primed and ready to begin creating. You can create a Nia routine that could be going with the 52 moves. That's also a great entryway of creating your own experiences. That's where every minute you know the move that's coming up, and you have a playlist of music that's not Nia sounds, and you play with how you can do those Nia moves. In some ways like an improv class. You know the moves well, you know how to adapt them, and then you go through that with a playlist, which could be a theme. A great example of that is, let's say it's Halloween, or the holidays, or a 4th of July, or an independence, whatever country you're in, that you can be, or Valentine's, yeah? That's where you can create your own playlist, a theme according to the time, the season that you're going to be teaching the class. So, my friends, that's talking about how you can take original and then you can adapt, and then created can also be that you actually create something out of nothing. So that's listening to music and creating your own experience. So Enigma was one of the first Nia routines that I created, and I listened to the music and had this sense of really bringing in the personality of Aikido, one of the 9 movement personalities of Nia. And as the choreography was coming, more and more I was playing, first of all, moving from center, from your hara, and then this sense of very grounded, how heels of the feet and the heels of the hands can be connecting from the hara. So then I had the focus of moving like a 5-pointed star, 2 feet, 2 hands, and the center point of the body. Then there was this emotional connection. I could feel how much there was heart and expressive movement coming. And so then I was like, well, hold on, I've got hara, I've got heart, how about head? Like having 3 traffic lights in the middle, yeah? So then the class in the end had their focus of what we call the 5 H's. And the 5 H's are the heels, the hara, the heart, the head, and the hands. And once I began to play with that, I had this sense of circle. And like that picture, I think it's Leonardo da Vinci, where he has his arms out and legs out, and you can see that from the center of the circle, the center of the body, the arms and the legs can extend out. I had a sense of that movement-wise, connecting with what we call in Aikido spherical harmonious movement, where it was no longer a circle. We were going 3-dimensional in a sphere. And then like my heel lead, I felt like we were rocking forwards and back in the sphere. And that is a great example of how once I'd clicked into a focus that feels right with the music, it's almost like the choreography falls into place. It's like the music was right there, ready for me to scaffold the moves. And it was simply by finding the focus that was my way in. Well, that, my friends, is what we've been playing with all week. And tomorrow and Saturday morning, we have a choice. We can do the grand finale, which is what we often do at the end of the week, and do full on the whole Enigma routine with the whole of the Enigma album. It's actually Enigma 2, and it's called The Crosses of Change. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is from us going with Enigma all this week, that we could adapt those 5H spherical harmonious Enigma moves into completely different music. I've been doing a 7-week series on music, helping people go deeper into the way of decoding music. We call it the 8BC system in Nia, and also how to become more intimate with the different sounds in the music. So I have a playlist of very different music. And so the choice for tomorrow's class is going to be original Enigma, going full on with 5 H's with all that beautiful music, or on the fly for me to play how I can adapt those 5H spherical harmonious movements into the new playlist. And you get to choose. I've started a poll on Facebook. If you want to participate there, it's facebook.com/groups Helen Terry. I'll leave the link here for that. Or you can always email me at helen@somaranch.com. Hope you can join me at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're going to be having fun with how we can integrate all of this into the class experience. It is going to be an online experience tomorrow, not a hybrid. And I hope to see you on the screen. Yeah, be well.